Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Man, let me tell you, some days are a bit more of a bummer than others. And when a game you're incredibly excited for and think is inevitably going to be showcased in fine fashion at E3 is confirmed, like no rumors or leaks or little secrets, confirmed to not be there, it's a letdown. So we gotta talk about this major Switch game that is not coming to Switch anytime soon anymore, as well as some interesting details on a game that is coming to Switch. My new favorite developer has another one, and of course we have our poll, which I have some bones to pick. But what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. Hope you're all having a lovely day. Look, I'm a very positive person, but let's not pretend that I'm 100% positive. That's impossible. No one can be that way, and don't hold yourself to such perfect standards. It's okay to have some down moments, and that is what this news caused me. But smash that like button and let me know in the comments down below if this bums you out. E3 is like less than a month away, and I just thought for sure that Knight Silksong was going to be there, and it's not, which is such a crazy conundrum, such a bummer. You've got Team Cherry hard at work on their new game, and I don't know, it really just seemed like this one was coming soon, but according to Matthew Griffin, who is the marketing and publishing dude for Knight Silksong at Team Cherry Games, he says, "Hey guys, just wanted to pop in to let you know that Team Cherry does not have any announcements or blogs scheduled for E3 this year." The curse of Indie World. I feel like all the best games that Nintendo shows off at Indie World mysteriously go missing. It's like there's an indie thief out there who sees that we're all excited for Eastward and Sports Story and Knight Silksong and then steals the games and takes them away. It's like the curse of Indie World. If you are the best game featured in Indie World, you may never be heard from again. It's really, really weird. Now, this game was playable at E3 2019. I played it 2 full years ago, but I guess that was just a very vertical slice. Now, Hollow Knight, the original, showed up on Kickstarter in 2014 and then released in 2017, about 3 to 4 years of development time. So I guess if they started dev when they announced it, then they need a little bit more time, but they announced it February 2019, and I played it June 2019. So there's no way they just started development that February. It had to have been in the works for a while, so I'm not sure. I think this is probably going to boil down to a case of the pandemic impacting development, and it's a bummer, and I'm sure they want to put their game out, and I'm sure they wish it was ready. I think we just all really thought like this was ready a direct ago, an Indie World ago, and nowhere to be seen. We haven't really gotten anything since that initial fanfare at E3 2019. And like the game looked great, it played great, I had a lot of fun, I was so ready for Hornet Night. Yeah, you're not playing Knight Silksong anytime soon. Let me know in the comments if that bums you out. It's, I mean, like there's other stuff coming, but it's kind of a bummer. And I think, man, some of these titles, like we're just waiting. I feel like we've got a lot of good games this year. Tell me if you agree. We've got a lot of good games this year, but I feel like the real big stuff, the meaty stuff, we're in a very large waiting period, okay? So like it's nice to have these games that fill the gaps, like Miitopia. I'm looking forward to that later this week. And you know, we got Skyward Sword HD, but at a certain point, it's like all of these fill-in games, like I'm ready for it to bust out and be something big. I think one of the things that I miss sometimes with Nintendo is those big, bold games that let you just play. And by that, I don't mean open world or multiplayer. I just mean a game where you get to like run around and do a bunch of stuff. That's why Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury was so nice and so refreshing, even though it was bite-sized, because it was like, you just get to play the game. Like I'm all for all sorts of different genres. When Nintendo has merged their 3DS, their handheld pillar, and their home console pillar into one, we get a lot of games that have a slower pace. And for me, I guess like my favorite games, the games that I associate with like big, bold, huge, new, memorable, unforgettable experiences are the ones that are bigger, are the ones that kind of have like a whole new world, and it could even be a sequel, but at least it's big and you can run around and do stuff. And it really seems like we're kind of in this interim period where we're waiting for Breath of the Wild 2, where we're waiting for Splatoon 3, where we're waiting for the next 3D Mario. And even the rest of the 2021 lineup seems to be games that are gonna be more, they're still gonna be $60, but like New Pokemon Snap, really fun game, but it is a smaller experience in scope. Do you know what I'm getting at here? Like a 2D Metroid, great, I'm super excited. I will play it and probably like it a lot, but it's smaller in scope. I'm just ready for Nintendo to bust out, and I hope if there is a Switch Pro, it allows them to get a bit more expansive with their titles. And that doesn't mean necessarily open world. Like Luigi's Mansion 3, not open world at all, but it feels like this big, full adventure. And I'm just kind of missing like those big, full adventures. Ugh. Either that or a big Animal Crossing update. Take your pick, Nintendo. Please deliver one or the other. But in the meantime, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster, Redo, Remix, Remake is coming on May 25th, and reviews dropped today. It got an 82 on Metacritic, which is a really great score, and I was surprised to see, continuing on from the previews, that most reviewers felt this game holds up really well in 2021, that it is difficult, that it is punishing, but that it is one of the best RPGs on Nintendo Switch, which is exciting and interesting. And I am not all that looking forward to this one, just because, again, it's like, I don't know, I feel like I've played so many games with this pace, and I'm just ready to do like the big, like put me on a freaking Mario Kart track and let me just go. I just want to hold the A button. I just want to wiggle that stick. I don't know. I feel like I've got much more. I feel like I've got much more impatient as I've grown instead of the other way around. I'm like, I just want to play the game. Before I was like, beautiful stories. Oh, The Walking Dead from Telltale. Oh, I really like the pace of this. Oh, I'm gonna read through the old Final Fantasies and I'm gonna see everything. And now I'm just like, okay, I'm ready to play the game. Why do I have to wait for the dodo birds to take me through 6 million lines of text just to fly to my friend's island? I want to be Mario. I want to be Link. I want to be Inkling. I want to drive. I want to fight. I want to run. I want to jump. I want to play. I don't know. Something's maybe very wrong with me. But here is another thing for all y'all. In case you were bummed out, in case you feel like this is a negative episode, a bad morning Mario, which it's not. Sun is shining. I'm healthy. I got you. We're all friends. This is fantastic. In the grand scheme of things, take a breath. Remember, it's really not that big of a deal if Hollow Knight Silksong doesn't release in 2021, even though it's a bummer. But this is coming out tomorrow. Walla bam! The fine folks that made the greatest Switch eShop game of the last millennium, Calculator, are back with another smash hit. Xylophone. Xylophone launches for $10 on Nintendo Switch eShop tomorrow, May the 19th. And ooh, baby, this one has play and learn modes. I can bang on that xylophone, making all sorts of noises, and I can learn some of the classic songs from, yesteryear, those big hits like Country Grammar and like Headlines. No, instead, you're gonna be learning Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And once you see the full song list, I'm sure you can understand why this game is generating buzz across the globe. It's not just old-time family favorites like Happy Birthday to You, it's also classics like Donkey Donkey and Doll and Bear Dancing. Remember when that one was the trend on TikTok? Xylophone and Calculator are actually becoming cult hits, I think, because there's not a lot of video game news right now, because there's no ACNH update, because Nintendo is just kind of cycling through a lot of ports and things at this point. We're really, really hungry for the next big thing, and that's why Calculator has gotten a lot of 10s in terms of user review scores on Metacritic. I can't blame them. It's pretty tantalizing. Alrighty, my friends, it's time for Zach's bone to pick with you, okay? Look, I do the poll every evening, thank you for participating, and yesterday I said, after today's new trailer and gameplay, do you think you're gonna pick up Mario Golf Super Rush? I thought that trailer slapped, as the cool kids like to say. I thought that trailer bopped, as the TikTokers like to say. I thought that trailer really showed off that this is a freaking awesome party game. It's not just a golf game, but they have Battle Golf, which is basically like sort of a mini battle royale mode, capturing the holes, and they have Speed Golf where you're using superpowers and dashes, and they have courses and characters, and Charge and Chuck throwing the golf ball like a football. It's freaking fantastic. Waluigi looks like a demon. But 61% of you said I was never going to get it. 13% of you did have a turn. New trailer made me want to get it. 2% of you said the new trailer made me not want to get it, which, did we see the same trailer? Eep! I think those are the people that were really, really hoping that the Koopalings would become characters in the game, and now that they're not buying it. But I say thank goodness, the Koopalings are basically, they're clones. I'm so glad that we have King Babam and characters of that sort instead. Pauline, whew, it's much better. But 24% of you, like me, said I was always going to get it. And I understand that golf has low appeal, so Super Rush was never gonna be for everyone, but I really hope they get a demo out there so more of us can have a chance to see. But I understand $60 for a golf game is a bit prohibitive, especially since we don't know what's coming next. And I think that's why this is a weird period in general. Like, we're obsessed about leaks and we're so interested in rumors and we're hyped about Calculator and Xylophone, all because it just feels like we're still playing like a bit of a waiting game. And I think a lot of that has to do with the pandemic. And I also think a lot of that has to do with, as much as Nintendo Switch is very successful and has sold an obscene amount and has games that are just racing through the record books, it still is a Nintendo platform, and this is a product of any Nintendo console, right? You don't get every big third-party game, even though third-party support has increased. There's a lot of games that are kind of in limbo. Axiom Verge 2, obviously we talked about Hollow Knight, where are they? And so you have these down periods. But this year, because of the pandemic, everybody's having down periods. PlayStation was having a lot of down periods, and now they came in hot with Returnal and Ratchet and Clank, and Xbox, the whole first year is a down period. So it's not like Nintendo is doing something wrong. I think we're just ready. Like, it's almost summer, it's getting warmer, people are getting exciting. E3, bring it on. Luckily, we don't have to wait too much longer for that. So hopefully that's a big show. Hopefully that blows the lid off what's going down the rest of 2021. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Smash that like button if you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below how bummed you were about the missing Hollow Knight. It is very hollow right now for Team Cherry because they don't have anything to put in E3. Doom. With that, I'll leave you. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive out there. I love you guys a lot. Until tomorrow, my friends. Switch Force out.